Okay, so it is now the next day. I just got some CDs so that we can install some stuff onto the compact, and for some reason my camera's giving me this whole it's dying thing, but we'll just use it until it is officially dead because I've still got the bad battery in it. This is the good battery, so hopefully I can get this done without it dying. But anyway, I got a USB mouse working fine on it. The keyboard is working all over USB, so I don't really need to use the PS2 mouse. And so Windows 98 is running on it. I have not connected it to the internet because we have no drivers whatsoever. So that is the goal today. Also, in case anybody hears, yes, I did get top comment on David DeFranco for possibly not the best comment I've ever made, and I kind of regret it a bit because now I've got over 43 likes on the comment, and it's very insulting to David DeFranco. But I mean, he's kind of asking for it if he's going to be e-begging for a stupid Mac. But anyway, that's a subject for another day. Right now, I need to go out into the garage and get us a hard drive, so you guys come with me. Alright, so I'm out in the garage. I just gotta see if I can grab a hard drive. This is where the Pentium 4 and a lot of the computers that I've already made videos about are just sort of living out here. This right here, this monitor, is basically my first monitor. I used this thing up until 2011. It was hooked up to a Dell Celeron, and now it's been hooked up from everything from a MDD to a G5 to pretty much everything. It's a decent enough monitor. It still works, but there's the MDD. It's been stripped of all its parts, and here's an Ethernet card. I may actually end up using that, but this is why we're out here. We are out here to dig down deep into here and find us a working hard drive. So I may have to get one. Alright, this is a Seagate, but it's Apple, but it's 80 gigs. It should work. 80 gigs is a bit small, but until we get SATA, I think 80 gigs just might work. And here's a Western Digital Caviar and 80 gigs. So it looks like we're just going to be using 80 gigs. I thought I had a Seagate that was 160 gigs, but no. Looks like we're just going to be using this 80 gig one for now. I actually don't think I've told you guys the goal yet. The goal here is to put this hard drive into this computer with all the files on it, all the drivers, all the necessary games, just in case I can't get the Ethernet working. But there will be an Ethernet driver in that package that I got from Compact's website. Right now it's HP. And this is the thing that I actually bought from my friend Chris, that it's missing its outer shell, but it can be powered by my Wi-Fi base station's power supply, and it'll take a hard drive and connect it straight up to my quad core. So then I should be able to load everything up onto that, get it formatted for PC, and then stick it into this old PC, and then we can start the driver installation. Alright, so we are now ready to turn on the drive, and it's connected to the computer over USB. I can feel it spinning up, but that does not sound very good. I don't think it actually spun up that time. Let's just see here. Let me just throw this cup away. But, is it in focus on the screen? Okay, so we need to go to, obviously it's not really going to show up under the drives because this is still formatted for Mac. That does not sound good. Give me a second, guys. Okay, so it should be working. It sees disk 3, so master boot record. Specified disk is not convertible because the size is less than the minimum size required. Okay, so it should be under, I don't even think it's spinning up, honestly. It's not really showing up. Let's see here, it should be under like disk 3, unknown, and I can feel it. It's not spinning. Looks like this hard disk failed. So we are going to go out into the garage and grab that other Western Digital. Just a sec, guys. Okay, so I'm back with the hard disk. So it's 80 gigs, so it looks like this one has officially failed. So let's just see if I can do this one-handed. Slide that out. disconnect the Molex and SATA combination. Let me just set the camera down for a bit and just disconnect. Come on, stupid Molex. Okay, so now the little Molex connector's out, and we can just then put that onto the Western Digital hard drive. And which way does it go in? Yeah, I'm just pretty much just taking you guys through the entire process of restoring one of these old computers that has been abused with Windows XP, otherwise known as a peasant operating system. Even Windows 98 is better because it's based on the same kernel as Windows ME, the operating system of the future. Duh. So, let's see here. This now needs to be just plugged in there. Let's get the SATA cable out of the way. I mean, turn off the camera real quick for this one. Okay guys, so that is all seated in there. So now if we flip the switch, it glows purple. You can clearly hear that spinning up. Yeah, that is spinning. That's not making a clicking noise or anything. Alright, so hopefully that's all in focus for you. It should show up on disk 4. Okay, I may need to relaunch this application. So let's see here. Disk management. Settings, disk management. Alright, so it should now show up fine as. Alright. See here. Removable CD-ROM. Let's see here. Okay, so I can't find it right now. I may need to load this onto a Linux thing in order to format it for Windows. Just a sec. Okay, so I tried both. They've both failed, and that's a bit depressing. So I am actually going to go out into the garage and grab that Dell Pentium 4. I believe I'm just going to take its 80 gigabyte hard drive because it actually has a relatively bad power supply that I'm going to be replacing sometime soon, but that's probably going to end up running Linux, and plus that one has some form of SATA in it, so it doesn't need that old IDE hard drive. So just let me go grab that. Okay, so I got it. I just gotta now just delete all the crap that I've got on here. This has got a full Windows XP installation on it, and it's not like I was going to use that Dell anytime soon because Pentium 4s at this point are kind of crap. Pentium 3s, I was talking to Trevor, they used to be like that in 2008, but now they're kind of cool because they're old and can support some kind of DOS gaming, but Pentium 4s are just kind of meh. But they're good for communicating between older computers and newer computers, since a lot of them have floppy drives. But now I'm just ranting. Just let me get off all these screws. I gotta find a screwdriver, and I'll get back to you. Okay, so it's off of its brackets and everything, so now I just gotta format it and delete all the data off of it, and then start loading all the stuff that I'm gonna want to use on this compact onto that. And I'm debating putting in this DVD drive, but it just wouldn't match at all. But it's a decent DVD drive. It's not the fastest, it's just a DVD reader, so it's not a super drive as Apple would call it back in the day. But I'm debating just holding out for a DVD drive that matches, and I think somebody's here. Okay, so I'm beginning to think that this might have gone bad because either that or the power supply, because I tried this power supply and the second I turned it on it just starts smelling like burnt. Like if I smell that just smells like a firecracker just went off. So what can you do? So I don't know if it was the thing that caused it, but there's like it's the burnt is coming from here. This place I'm touching with my thumb is extremely hot, and I don't know, it was just going maybe it was because it was cold or something, but now it's just not giving me any sort of response at all. So we may actually have to somehow figure out a way to. I got some CDs, so yeah, but there's only 2 gig hard drive in there. Yeah. And so the first disc is away. It's got 30 seconds left to burn on this really fast DVD drive. My room is it's well lit over here. It's just not as well lit where my computer is, and my ISO is set to 400 right now on the camera, so yeah. Okay, so it is in there. So now we just gotta go onto this computer and just have a look at it and see what we can see. So it's reading the disk. Should be able to go to my documents, or should go to my computer. There's no drivers in it right now. Here we are, the disk I burned. It's the date, and I've got some of my music on here. Z drivers. This gives the drivers pretty much. This is the display driver, and these are all pretty much just some random drivers. So first I'm going to see if I can install the display driver, and then I'll get right back to you. So it's extracting, and it's installing the sound drivers. That'll be perfect until I can get a Sound Blaster card. I'm probably going to be playing Half-Life a lot on here. And so the next disc I'm going to be burning is actually going to be the Half-Life disc. Okay, so the driver from Compact's website is actually the integrated video driver, so I was able to go onto NVIDIA's website, and unlike AMD, they are still hosting their stuff. So, yes, I accept the license terms. NVIDIA, and so now it'll install the display drivers, and then I just got to restart it, and then it's time for some Half-Life action. And yes, I decided that no, I'm not going to put the DVD drive in right now. But I am going to be trying to get an old hard drive in here. I found an old 4 gig from an IBM drive that I still think works. It still has Windows 98 on it, but I'm sure I could just format it from this computer. And 4 gigs for Windows 98 gaming is kind of massive. So now I'm just restarting the computer, and it should be shutting right now. Actually, it's kind of a gloomy day outside. It's Valentine's Day as I'm recording this. That's a good focus. So now it's starting up, and yeah. So far it has not blue screened, so I'm quite happy. That is what I am talking about. Screen resolution is now full 1280 by 1024. So NVIDIA display and properties. I should be able to set the desktop settings. And 800 by 600. So let's see here, 1280 by 1024. Windows will now resize your desktop. And yeah, we've got the drivers perfectly working. So I wonder if this card is even capable of driving 1080p. Well, I doubt it, but I'm thinking about actually just buying a switcher so that I can hook it up to my 1080p monitor and just drive it at like a lower resolution to play Half-Life. Okay, so I've got this 4 gig hard drive from an IBM PS2 from, this is not an original to that PS2, but I believe this came out of the PS2. Either that or some really old compact. But anyway, it's 4 gigs, and it's already pre-formatted for PC. So now we've got to shut her down and install this hard drive, and then I've got Half-Life burning right there on a CD. So let's just get right to it. So I just got this is a PNY GeForce card. I think it's like either a GeForce 2 or similar. And this is what the inside of the computer looks like as of right now. I was considering removing that dial-up card, but since it's similar to original to the computer, I really don't think it's hurting anything. This is an all PCI motherboard, and this is a beast of a PCI graphics card. I don't really think that you can get anything better for PCI, and it's only got one hard drive mount. That could be an issue, but I believe you can mount a hard drive up here where there's like either room for a hard drive or a CD reader, so let's just see if that works. That was hard. So far, nothing has been standard with this computer. I would thought that the locking mechanism was there because I guess they were intending for you to put a hard drive here, but it was insane trying to get it in there. I did eventually get it out, and now there's 2 hard drives in here. So I hope to God it works. So let's just plug it in, and hopefully we have 2 hard drives now. Okay, so far It's just got to scan the new disk, but it recognized it perfectly well. So I guess that's pretty decent. More updates later. Okay, putting the CD in. And D is perfectly functional. This was the hard drive from the compact. So now I've got a floppy drive, I've got the C drive, which is 2 gigs. And let me just focus this up real quick. There we are. I've got a 3.5-inch floppy drive, C drive, compact, D drive, which is 4 gigs. This is where I'm going to hold all the games, a CD drive, and another CD drive. These two are hopefully going to both become DVD burner drives, and this one I'm hoping to upgrade at some point. So yeah, that is the sound of Half-Life being installed. So it's installing Half-Life. So next I am probably gonna, if I have room, I'm going to install 007 Nightfire, and then maybe some old DOS games like Need for Speed and such. Here it is, guys. It's Half-Life 1 dem graphics. So new game. Let's just see here. Just see if it runs. So it's loading up right now on the GeForce card. So next I am just going to, in this next part of the video, in part 3 I'm going to be installing these two DVD drives and maybe a new hard drive and some upgraded RAM. We'll see how well it runs Call of Duty 1. But no, this is Half-Life running on medium settings apparently, and yeah, that is pretty cool. Anyway, it doesn't have any audio because it's not hooked up to the speakers, so I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put this thing. Okay, so until I get a switcher, this is pretty much how it's gonna work. It's got it set up right there next to my main tower, and it's going on Microsoft Scan Disk. So I got the keyboard plugged in. I think I do. I do very much think I do, and we should hear the big old Microsoft startup sound, assuming that the sound card works. Yeah, the keyboard's definitely plugged in. So now we wait and wait. Now it's attached to the computer. The mouse is obviously could just be still attached to the other computer, I guess. Okay, let's just try that again. Hopefully it'll boot up this time. Gives us the compact logo. This is the mouse I had to route through here. It's getting later in the day now. So it's Microsoft Scan Disk. We've been through this so many times. And I did connect this to the interwebs. So this computer is currently has no mouse, no keyboard. The only thing connected to it is the FireWire drive. Microsoft Windows 98. It's giving us the blue insignia thing. Not insignia, it's just the blue optical mouse thingamajigger. Did not detect a mouse. Oh, perhaps this mouse is incompatible with this computer. Let's try the other mouse. Okay, so now I just gotta type in my password. Just give me a second. I'm a touch typist, so this should go pretty fast. Yet the keyboard is not working. What the hell? Am I just gonna have to connect up that keyboard or what? Or do the back ports just not work? Do I not have drivers for the back ports? Okay, so apparently I just couldn't find the USB cable for that, or the keyboard's just being a butt and just refuses to work. So I've got this keyboard that we were using, but the PS2 mouse that we were using, and found the new hardware, so it's just going to be search for that, floppy disk drives. It's the whole thing with Windows 98. It was not mature enough to figure it out on its own. Alright, USB productivity option keyboard. So apparently, yeah, it's just gotta finish. So now, maybe it'll work. USB human interface device. So, obviously, sorry, really? Finish, thank you. No, I do not want to restart the stupid computer. I swear, Windows 98 can just get on your nerves sometimes. No, I do not want you to search for anything. Hopefully the sound works. Did it give me a sound? Close. And where is the sound options menu? I wonder what's the max I can go up to. Let's see here. Properties. Okay, so settings. 640 by 480. 1920 by 1080. We'll now resize the desktop. This graphics card is officially driving a 1920 by 1080 monitor. That is quite insane. So what's our network connection look like right now? Stupid ball mouse. Okay. So where is the thingamajig? Programs, accessories. There should be some games here that can make some noise. Entertainment, CD player, volume control. Did it give you the thing here? Oh, stupid ball mouse, but you just... God, I hate this ball mouse. And so obviously this keyboard is just not wanting to work, so... Accessories, entertainment, internet tools, system tools. Was this before they really put any games in it? Or what? Oh, let's just start up Half-Life. So it's got Team Fortress Classic on it as well. So let's just start up Half-Life, and hopefully the speakers will work with the drivers and such that I've got installed. We should be able to tell, but something's telling me and I doubt it's going to really work. Did Half-Life make noise at this point? I'm not sure. I've never played Half-Life before, and that's one of the reasons. Options. Audio. Sound effects volume. Okay, apply. Load game. I don't have any saved games. This is a source engine, isn't it? Alright, so that should load that up. The only thing that's making noise about this computer is the stupid CD drive. The hazard course. I specifically remember there being some kind of... Right. Yeah, I don't think we've got any audio. Let me just escape out of here. And just, I'll get back to you. Okay, so the audio drivers are being installed, and I'm probably just going to end up moving it over there back to where it was because it's really kind of lagging on this. So audio drivers are installed. I'm just going to test the audio settings, and I am then going to just move it back over to there because it really has no business over here. I thought I'd use it as much as I was going to, but it's kind of looking like I'm not going to be wanting to use it on this 1080p monitor because it just lags so much and everything is just at the wrong aspect ratio, and it's just generally pretty bogus running at 1080p, but at least it can run 1080p. But yeah, just let me input my password and then you guys should be hearing the Windows startup sound. Alright. Hopefully the startup sound's working. Should have installed the audio driver, so let me see if I can play some music. Sorry about that cut, guys, but I just had to deal with something. Why do people on YouTube really have to be such meanies? Like, seriously. Just because you state an opinion on something does not mean that you should sick a channel. But anyway, most people who do comment on YouTube are animals. But anyway, now I did discover that this is a 20 gig hard drive, interestingly enough. So that means that we've got plenty of room for games on here. We've now got a total of 24 gigs. So I am going to be putting on some pictures that I can use for a desktop background. Next, I am going to search furthermore for some better audio drivers, as these audio drivers are just a no-go. They're not working as of right now, and it's no fun to play Half-Life if you don't have drivers. So far, I've gotten Half-Life run on here, and on the next CD that I'm going to transfer over, which is the last CD of the first spindle, I got 2 spindles, I am going to put over a ton of pictures, some music, Winamp, and most likely a copy of Battlefield 1942 if I can fit it on here. So stay tuned. Okay, so I found the proper audio drivers. So I am so ready to play some Half-Life and watch Spank stream. He's streaming right now. You really should watch him. It's on Twitch TV/Spanks, and there's going to be a link down in the description. I watch him all the time. I really love his streams, and he's trying to get to America, and it's just great. So he's the one who actually introduced me to Half-Life and the whole thing of actually playing Half-Life, because Half-Life for me has just been this rumor mill thing about how Half-Life 3 is supposed to be coming out, which it probably will. It eventually, yes, it will come out. I'm saying that right now. But I haven't played the original Half-Life, so I figured I want to play it the way it's meant to be played, which is on an old Pentium 3, and I may actually drag out the CRT, or look for a beige CRT, and a beige mechanical keyboard would be really, really nice. And this mouse sucks. I may as well be playing with a ball mouse, but yeah, I'm planning on having a retro setup over here in sharp contrast to this setup over there. So just let me install the audio drivers and I will update you later. Alright, it's installed and I'm now rebooting the Presario. Haven't come up with a name for this computer, but here's something I noticed. I was wondering what this was because it kept pushing in like a button. The original owners still kept this thing in there, so let me quickly focus onto that. There it is. This is the compact. It shows people what they can do with their computer and the helpline. Yeah, a bit interesting, I guess, that it was still with the computer. Alright, just let me input my password and then I'll hook up some speakers and we can see if this works. Okay, so on my list of things that I need to really get this thing going is going to be a sound card, because the onboard audio is just crap. You can't find drivers for the stupid thing. And yeah, I'm just going to get a Sound Blaster card. I can probably find one at a Goodwill this week, so I got a whole week to find it, because I'm going to be off. So it's great. So yeah, I guess this is it for part 2. So in part 3, I'm going to be replacing both of those crappy CD drives with dual DVD burners. I'm going to be installing a sound card and maybe a FireWire 400 card, and maybe a hard drive. Maybe even Windows Me. Who knows? So I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far, you are my homeboy. So I'll see you guys in the next video, and until then, kick it.